Donald Trump's recent Oval Office meeting with a key ally was a catastrophic embarrassment, a 60-minute disaster that showcased a president crumbling under the weight of his own delusions. Slurring his words, stumbling through incoherent rants, and obsessing over personal grievances, Trump didn't just fumble a diplomatic opportunity, he humiliated himself and America on a global stage. This wasn't leadership. It was a sad, bumbling spectacle of a man lost in his own shrinking mind, desperate to cling to relevance while proving he's unfit for the job. From the moment Trump opened his mouth, it was clear something was terribly wrong. His speech was a garbled mess, words slurring into each other like a drunk trying to recite a speech he never rehearsed. He couldn't string together a coherent thought, jumping from one nonsensical tangent to another, bragging about the stock market, whining about old raids on his tacky Florida mansion, even dragging up irrelevant gripes about environmental policies from a decade ago. This wasn't a president engaging with an ally. It was a fading reality TV star auditioning for a role he's too far gone to play. The world watched as Trump's brain seemed to misfire in real time, each sentence a painful reminder that the man in charge can barely function. His obsession with dictators was particularly grotesque. Trump gushed about his great relationship with a certain North Korean tyrant, practically swooning over a murderous thug while an ally sat there, forced to endure this pathetic display. It's not just that Trump admires despots, it's that he's so easily played by them. He thinks he's a master negotiator, but he's just a pawn, lapping up flattery from strongmen while alienating the democratic allies America actually needs. The contrast was stark. A composed, professional counterpart sitting across from a man who looked like he was unraveling at the seams, his orange makeup barely hiding the exhaustion in his eyes. Trump's corruption was on full display, as always. He didn't talk about strengthening alliances or global security. No, he was too busy fantasizing about seizing foreign land like some wannabe colonial overlord. "Maybe we should own the land where our big fort is," he mumbled, as if international relations are just another shady real estate deal. This is the mind of a man who sees the presidency as a get-rich-quick scheme, a chance to grab whatever he can, land, money, attention, while the world laughs at his audacity. He bragged about extorting billions from allies for U.S. troops, lying through his teeth about deals that never existed, all to paint himself as a tough guy. But tough guys don't beg for land leases in front of stunned diplomats. They don't turn alliances into tacky negotiations over who gets the bigger cut. This is the same Trump who spent years funneling taxpayer money into his failing golf clubs, turning every official trip into a cash grab. His presidency is a grift wrapped in a con, and this meeting was no different. He wasn't thinking about national security or global stability. He was thinking about how to squeeze something, anything, out of an ally to prop up his fragile ego. It's pathetic, really, watching a man so obsessed with winning that he'll humiliate himself and his country just to feel like he's in control. Every word out of Trump's mouth screamed desperation. He couldn't resist whining about being a victim, raids on his gaudy estate, evil enemies out to get him, even dragging his family into his sob story like a soap opera reject. "They went into my young son's area," he whined, as if anyone cares about his personal dramas when he's supposed to be leading the free world. This isn't strength, it's the petulant tantrum of a man who's never faced accountability and can't handle the spotlight dimming. He's so insecure that he needs constant validation, and when he doesn't get it, he lashes out, at allies, at the media, at anyone who dares to exist outside his fantasy bubble. His bizarre detour into renaming things was peak Trump absurdity. He floated changing the Department of Defense to the Department of War, as if rebranding a federal agency is some bold stroke of genius. This is a man who thinks leadership is about slapping new names on things, departments, gardens, whatever, while the world burns. It's not just shallow, it's laughably pathetic. He's like a kid playing with a toy castle, rearranging the pieces to feel powerful while the real world moves on without him. And yet, his loyal fanbase will probably eat it up, hailing this nonsense as a game changer, while the rest of us cringe at the secondhand embarrassment. Perhaps the most humiliating moment was Trump's incoherent ramble about a sensitive historical issue involving wartime exploitation. He stumbled through it, mumbling about comfort women with no context or clarity, leaving everyone in the room baffled. Was he trying to make a point? Was he confused? Or was his brain just short-circuiting again? It's hard to tell, but one thing's clear. This is a man in freefall, his mental faculties crumbling faster than his poll numbers. He's not just embarrassing himself, he's embarrassing America, turning diplomatic meetings into a circus where he's the sad orange clown. And then there was his obsession with crime stats, claiming red states are somehow immune to violence, while democratic cities are war zones. It's a tired lie, one he repeats because he knows his base loves the simplistic narrative. But the irony is rich. Trump, the man who's dodged accountability for everything from tax fraud to inciting riots, lecturing anyone about crime, is like a fox guarding the henhouse. He's not a leader. He's a con man in a cheap suit, projecting his own failures onto everyone else while the world watches in horror. This meeting wasn't just a domestic disaster. It was a global humiliation. Trump's slurred rants and petty jabs at an ally sent a clear message. America's leader is a walking liability. He's not negotiating tough deals or projecting strength. He's alienating partners and cozying up to dictators because he's too weak to do anything else. The diplomatic world knows how to handle him now. Flatter his ego, nod politely, and pray he doesn't start screaming about his golf game or the stolen election. It's a sad state of affairs when allies have to tiptoe around a president like he's a tantruming toddler, but that's the reality of Trump's America. His physical decline only adds to the mockery. The man who once mocked others' appearances now hides behind layers of bronzer, his bruised hands and sagging frame a testament to time catching up. Yet, he has the gall to criticize others' looks, as if a mirror is a foreign concept. It's not just hypocritical, it's pathetic. A man so obsessed with image that he can't see how ridiculous he's become. The world isn't laughing with him. They're laughing at him, and every slurred word and unhinged rant only makes the joke sadder. Trump's presidency is a fading echo of his own hype. A man who promised to make America great, but can't even make it through a meeting without embarrassing himself. He's not a deal maker or a strongman. He's a frail, confused grifter, chasing the ghost of his own relevance while dragging America down with him. This Oval Office fiasco wasn't just a bad day. It was a glaring warning that the man in charge is a danger to himself and the nation he's supposed to lead.